Judge Boyd had a tough call to make when this man was charged with domestic violence. Was he truly remorseful, or was he still a danger to the victim?
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family as a Class A misdemeanor? Do not send a message talking about you're sorry. Do not try to get back with her. You all don't have any property together. You have no children together. There's no need for you to contact her. Do you understand? All right, court is calling 2024 CR 009473, State versus Millard Cummings. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Matthew Finch for Mr. Cummings, Your Honor, ready?
And are you Mr. Cummings?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cummings, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I believe so.
All right, off the record, is there a reason why I have two waivers in here?
Executed both.
That's the one, this is an old one, sorry. That's the.
Let me just double check and make sure that we're. Okay, yeah, that was an old one that we tried to do before. This was the current, at least. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
All right, counsel, do you, and you've reviewed the indictment, is that correct?
Yes,
And you're waiving the reading of the indictment?
we are waiting, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yeah, I'm trying to be proceeding on a lesser charge of the Class A misdemeanor assault bodily family charge.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you review the court's admonishments and waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family as a Class A misdemeanor? Range of punishment is up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to enter a plea and give up those rights in this case?
Excuse me?
Did you intend to give up your rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Not really, but.
No, if you want to, no, here's the thing. In this courtroom, I don't do not release. Either you want the court to consider this plea or either you want a jury trial. Those are your choices.
Yes,
So, do you want a jury trial?
no, ma'am.
All right, then let's stop playing games, right? You answer my questions, and if you want a trial, then you can have a trial. And we'll have you brought back on Thursday and we'll start your jury trial. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I've gone over your rights with you. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Cummings, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes,
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked? The court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine.
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
yes,
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense. There's a $500 fine to be probated. The state recommends deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
yes,
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
yes,
Did you understand that to be your plea?
yes,
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Motions have filed, never ruled on, Judge, so there's
Right.
nothing pending before the court.
Thank you. Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years, that there be 48 hours of community service restitution, the BIPP course, TAP evaluation, and follow all recommendations. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plea? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. This time, state moves to admit State Exhibit 1 with all attachments.
I review that with my client, Your Honor. We have no objections.
All right, and state, have you conferred with the complainant?
And after this plea is finished, we would like to read a victim impact statement.
All right. Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, we'd ask that you waive PSI and sentence today.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we've worked hard to negotiate this plea bargain. Your Honor, my client is here before the court and pled no contest. We just ask that you follow that agreement. He understands all the stipulations and requirements of probation, but this will give him a chance to put this behind him and continue on with his life. But we'd ask that you follow the agreement as reflected in the record.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
14, 12, and 7.
14, 12, and 7. Do you have any children with the complainant?
No, ma'am.
All right. And when's the last time you had contact with your children?
In a couple of months.
Are you paying child support?
Yes.
When's the last time you had employment?
Since this happened, about 3 months ago, something like that.
So she said you were doing drugs in her bathroom. What's with the drug use?
I don't do drugs. I was smoking a vape. I'm self-employed. I have a small real estate company. My account's been hacked and stuff like that. So I've been really trying to get everything together. Like the day I went to jail, it was the same day I had an auction on my house, and while I was in there, well, when I went back in there, I was auctioning off on my second house. So it's like me losing 2 homes in just like 6 months, you know.
All right, so she says let's get back to, she says that you were using drugs in her bathroom. It says here, suspect was in the bathroom getting high, and she saw you doing that, and she said, pay me the money that you owe me and get out of my place.
I have nothing to do at all, me dealing with drugs at all.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't do anything dealing with drugs at all. I don't know nothing about that.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Annabelle Mendez. Y'all don't have any children together. You're no longer in a relationship with her. Do not pick up the phone. Do not call her. Do not send gifts to her for Valentine's Day. I think Valentine's Day is coming up on the 14th. Do not send a message talking about you're sorry. Do not try to get back with her. You all don't have any property together. You have no children together. There's no need for you to contact her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you contact her, you are looking at 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't do it, but I can tell the Bexar County Jail that you're going to serve that day for day and not 2 for 1 or 3 for 1. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything you do not understand when I say there is to be no contact?
I understand.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's a $500 fine that will be probated. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. The BIPP course. Probation, that can be a TAP evaluation out of custody. And if TAP recommends treatment, we'll start with outpatient treatment. And there's to be the UA hotline. And there's to be 48 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting, the restitution will, for community service hours, will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else he needs from the court? All right, there's to be field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
I don't know, but, could I use this or anything? And also, I can't do home health care no more?
No,
I was doing it full time.
no. Yes. 48 hours. All right, is there anything else? Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, my understanding, there's victim impact.
Correct.
All right, so the person that you are no longer, the complainant that you are no longer going to have contact with, this is the last time that you all will meet face to face. Do you understand? All right, they have something they would like to say to you.
Reading it on her tab.